discussion of the left lung. Here it already in situ, which is lies inside the thoracic cavity. It is a left lung. Now I will cut from the hilum, and I will just show you the left lung. And here you can see this is the anatomical position of the left lung. You have to put anterior border which is straight, and it is after that it is makes the curve and it makes the lingula. Here due to the cardiac notch it makes the lingula. It is tongue shaped structure. It is a lingula. Here you can see anterior border which is short and thin. Posterior border it is same as the right lung. It is long, and this is the inferior border, or it is called the semilunar in shape. This is the inferior border of the left lung. So three border of the left lung. Anterior border it is very thin and it extend up to the apex to the fourth intercostal space. Posterior border it is ill-defined and rounded in shape, and it is long as compared to the anterior border. Inferior border which is semilunar in shape. This is the inferior border, and there is only one fissure which is the oblique fissures. There is no horizontal fissure. It completely divides the lung into the two parts except at the hilum, and always oblique fissure which is start from the posterior border 6 centimeter below to the it, and it goes downwards, forwards and laterally, and normally it is anteriorly the oblique fissure which is from the midline. It is nearly 6 to 7 centimeter which is lies away from the midline. You have to remember, from the mid-sternal line, midline it is the 6 to 7 centimeter lateral to the midline. It is the situation of the oblique fissures. So now we will discuss about the surface. There are basically two surface. This is the medial surface. It again divided into the anterior part, same as the right lung. Anterior part it is called the mediastinal part, and posterior part it is called the vertebral part. And this is the costal part, costal surface, and the base we can also consider as a surface. In some book it is mentioned as an inferior surface or diaphragmatic surface, or some book it is also mentioned as a base. So left lung have a apex. You have to keep upper part, anterior border which is sharp and short. It keep anteriorly, it facing anteriorly. This is the hilum. You have to put on the medial aspect. You have to keep on the medial side, and base you have to keep on the inferior aspect. Costal surface which lies on the lateral aspect, and also there is a presence of fissure, oblique fissure presence. So this is the left lung. It has a two surface, medial surface. It divided into the mediastinal part and posterior part, vertebral part, and this is the costal surface. Now which are the relations on the mediastinal surface I will show you, and put the lung into the situ. Here you can see the above on the hilum, just above to the hilum, you can see this is related with the arch of aorta. It is related with the arch of aorta. Also anteriorly there is a this is a anteriorly, this is a phrenic nerve. This is a phrenic nerve. Posterior to the hilum you can see this is a vagus nerve. This is the vagus nerve. You can see here it passes behind to the hilum, and before it gives the recurrent laryngeal nerve, and this is the vagus, goes posteriorly and continuously. Posteriorly inside this groove, you just there is a descending thoracic aorta. This is the arch of aorta, and this is the descending thoracic aorta. You can see. So posteriorly this is the descending thoracic aorta, and just here behind to it there is a vertebral part. Here there is a vertebral part, and you can see there is impressions of this intervertebral disc as well as the intervertebral intercostal part of the ribs. Also you can see the posterior part of the ribs where it is attached to the vertebra. So here you can see this is the impressions of the vertebra as well as the intercostal spaces. So the anterior part, this part which is related with the left ventricle, here you can see this is related with the left ventricles, left atrium. These are the related anteriorly in this portion. It is related with the left atrium and left ventricles. That's why the left lung, which is the tongue-like projection, it is called the lingula. This is the tongue-like projections of the left lung. It is called the lingula, which is present inside the left lung. So these are the relations on the medial surface or mediastinal surface of the lung, which is related the main structure over the, mainly you have to remember the left atrium and left ventricle. This portion, left atrium and left ventricles. Here you can see this is the arch of aorta, and posteriorly it is continuously descending thoracic aorta. Posteriorly it is continuous with the descending thoracic aorta. So here you can see this is the arch of aorta and descending thoracic aorta. This is the vagus nerve, and this is the recurrent laryngeal nerve which goes upwards. Also from the arch of aorta upper part it gives the left subclavian, and here you can see this is a left subclavian artery and this is a left common carotid artery which is directly branch of the arch of aorta. Small portion of this arch of aorta, it is also related at the apex of the lung. Here at that apex of the lung it is related with this part, mainly the left subclavian artery, and cervical part of the lung, which is related with the whole anteriorly. There is a scalenus vessel, subclavian vessels. This is a left subclavian vessels, subclavian artery, and this is a subclavian vein. Both are the present at the apex. So inside the left lung you have to remember I have cut from the above to downwards. This is the pulmonary artery. This is a bronchus. Here you can see artery, bronchus and vein. It lies from the above to downwards. These are the three structures: pulmonary artery, bronchus and vein. Anterior to the posterior, this is the superior pulmonary veins. This is the inferior pulmonary veins. So anterior to the posterior, vein, artery and bronchus, same relation as inside the right lung. This is the superior pulmonary veins. This is the pulmonary artery, and this is the bronchus. So vein, artery and bronchus anterior to the posterior, not into the same line, but it is anterior to the posterior. So these are the relations inside the left lung, inside the root of the lung. Above to downwards, it is the artery, bronchus and vein. It is the above to downwards. There is only one bronchus inside the left lung, while anterior to the posterior there is a anteriorly superior pulmonary vein, then pulmonary artery, and then the bronchus, vein, artery and bronchus anterior to the posterior. So this is the relation on the left lung. Now I will show you the right lung, and it is in situ right now inside the thoracic cavity. I will cut the root of the lung and I will show you the right lung. You have to put into the anatomical positions. This is the anterior thin border. You have to, for the anatomical position, put the anterior border anteriorly, apex on the superior aspect. This is the root of the lung facing medially. Inferior surface, base downwards. Base, it is downwards. posterior rounded border which is lies on the posterior sides, and oblique fissures which start from the posterior border, you have to remember. So this is the right lung. It has a 3 border. Anterior border, it is thin, it starts from the apex up to the 6 intercostal space. Posterior border, which is comparatively longer as the anterior border, but it is rounded and ill defined, and the inferior border, which is the semilunar in shape. So it is the semilunar and it is sharp in nature. It has a 2 surface, costal surface. This is the costal surface which is related with the ribs, and you have to consider my finger as a ribs and intercostal spaces. And this is the medial surface. Medial surface again divided into the 2 parts. Anterior part, it is called the mediastinal surface, and this part, it is called the vertebral surface. And the base, it is considered in some book, it is considered as an inferior surface, or it is the 3rd surface, or base, it is considered as a 3rd surface. As a base, either it is considered as a base, either it is considered as an inferior surface. Now the structure inside the hilum, above to downwards, bronchus, pulmonary artery, bronchus, and then pulmonary veins. These are the 2 pulmonary veins. This is a superior pulmonary vein, this is the inferior pulmonary vein, this is the pulmonary artery, and this is the eparterial bronchus, this is the hip arterial bronchus. And there is a small vessels, it is a bronchial vessels. Mainly on the right side, it is coming from the 3rd bronchial vessels, which is artery, which is coming from the 3rd posterior intercostal artery, while the left side, it is coming from the directly from the descending thoracic aorta. Now we will discuss, I will keep the lung inside the situ again, and I will show you the relations on the mediastinal surface. Here you have to see on the cervical pleura, you can see this is the subclavian vessels. You have to remember this is the subclavian vessels, and it united, it makes the, this is the right brachiocephalic vein, this is the left brachiocephalic vein, but it is not related, just it lies anterior to the apex. And just you can see this is the superior vena cava, which is related at this position of the lung. Superior vena cava near to the anterior border, there is a impressions. This is the left atrium. Here you can see this is the left atrium, which is related into the anterior part of the mediastinal part of the medial surface of the lung. And this is a, here at that level you can see this is a inferior vena cava. Here you can see this is a inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava on the inferior aspect. So it lies over the this part. There is a relation of the inferior vena cava. I will put inside. So here there is a right atrium, inferior vena cava. Over here there is a superior vena cava. Here you can see this is the right phrenic nerve, which is lies anterior to the hilum. This is the right phrenic nerve. This is the internal thoracic artery. We saved it. It is not related with the lung right now. Posteriorly you can see it is behind to the hilum. This is related with the vagus nerve, so it passes behind to the hilum. This is the vagus nerve which passes behind to the hilum. This area it is related with the vagus nerve. On the upper part of the hilum, here related with the azygos vein. Here you can see I will keep the hilum over that, and you can see this is the azygos vein, which is lies. This is the bronchi on the medial aspect, right bronchi. This is the pulmonary artery, and this is the 2 opening of the pulmonary vein. Here you can see partitions between the 2 pulmonary vein, which already broken during the cut the hilum. So these are the 2 pulmonary veins, superior pulmonary vein, this is the inferior pulmonary vein, this is the pulmonary artery, and this is the right bronchus. This is the right bronchus, this is the right pulmonary artery, and this is the right superior pulmonary vein, this is the right inferior pulmonary veins. So azygos vein, which is open inside the superior vena cava. Here you can see this is the superior vena cava. Azygos vein open inside the superior vena cava, which lies at the upper part of the root of the right lung. On the left side, I have shown you the upper part which is related on the left side with the arch of aorta. You have to remember, over the hilum there is a arch of aorta. On the right side it is related with the azygous vein. On the posterior side, this part of the vertebral part of the medial surface, it is related with the vertebra and intervertebral disc. Also it is related with the sympathetic chain. This is the white is the sympathetic chain, and vertebra and intervertebral disc, and also posterior intercostal vessels which is lies at that level. So vertebral part, it is this part of the medial surface which is related with the vertebra and intervertebral disc, and over the just behind this, in front of the vertebra, you can see this is the here you can see this is the esophagus. This is the esophagus. So here that level there is a presence of esophagus, but it is very small part of the esophagus which is related, and there is a part of the trachea also related. Here you can see this is the trachea, a small part of the trachea which is related. It is also related on the left side also, it is related the trachea and esophagus. Left lung also related with the trachea and esophagus also, you have to remember. So in short, you have to remember the right lung have three borders: anterior border, posterior border and inferior border. This is the inferior border. It has a two main surface. This is a medial surface. It again divided into the mediastinal part, and posterior part it is called the vertebral part, and it is a costal surface. It is facing with the costal intercostal spaces and intercostal spaces and ribs. And base, it is considered as a either it is considered as a base or inferior surface. This is the root of the lung, and the root of the lung from above to downwards: BA, BV, bronchus, artery, bronchus and vein, eparterial bronchus, right pulmonary artery, eparterial bronchus and superior pulmonary veins. While anterior to the posterior, most anteriorly superior pulmonary veins, then pulmonary artery and then bronchus anterior to the posterior. Both side anterior to posterior structure into the right and left lung are the similar: vein, artery and bronchus. Even it is on the left side, it is the same structure: vein, artery and bronchus. But inside the left side only one bronchus you have to remember. So right side there is a bronchus, artery, bronchus and vein, but left side there is a artery. On the left lung there is a, it is related with the artery. There is a no two bronchus: artery, bronchus and vein, above to downwards, or above to downwards, artery, bronchus and vein. This is a superior pulmonary vein. It divides into the three branches in tributaries which is coming from the different segment of the lungs. This is the inferior pulmonary veins. So, and anterior to the posterior, vein, artery and bronchus. It is the similar relations anterior to the posterior, vein, artery and bronchus into the both the lungs. So sometimes here you can see this is the right lung. Sometimes what happens, this azygous vein which is arch over to the upper part of the apex of the lung, this azygous vein which is arch over the apex of the lung, and it divides the apical part of the lung into the two part, medial part and lateral part. It grew from the middle part of the apex, and the medial part of the lung, on the apical part of the medial part of the lung which is separated, it is called the lobe of azygos. It is called the lobe of azygos, which is sometimes which is present whenever there is a high arch of the azygos vein, which is from the, it start from the apex of the lung. So it is called the lobe of azygos. How to identify the structure inside the hilum? You have to see this is the bronchus. I will just this is a very tough tissue as compared to the artery and vein. Bronchus, it is a cartilaginous part. This is a bronchus, it is very thick, it is a hyaline cartilage, while pulmonary vein is the most thin as compared to the artery. Artery is comparatively thick. As here you can see, this is nearly transparent, and the artery have a comparatively thick wall than the vein. And vein always lies anteriorly, and the diameter which is comparatively larger inside the vein than the artery. And here also you can see this black color are the lymph node, and also inside the hilum there is a anterior pulmonary plexus and posterior pulmonary plexus of the nose, which is also lies inside the lung, inside the hilum. So this is about to the lung. You have to remember, right lung have a 3 lobes, superior, middle and inferior lobe, but inside the left lung have only 2 lobes, superior and inferior lobe. You have to remember. Excellent. Now supply by the any organs by the autonomic nervous system by the 2 segments, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic, it is the bronchodilators, and it is innervated by the T2, T5 segments, and parasympathetic innervated by the vagus nerve. You have to remember, most of the abdominal organs and thoracic organ which is innervated by parasympathetic innervated by the vagus nerve.